There is no ministry that have prospered meaningfully, except the one that came from the Yoruba land. And I would like you to listen. There are some that didn't come from Yoruba land that have false prosperity. And I need to say it. I need to say it to help people, to help young men. I said there are some that look prosperous. If you can see, it will not be difficult for you to see a big man of God that have not conquered poverty. It will not be difficult for you to see a man that look big and prosperous, but he has not conquered poverty. You see, because prosperity is in a pattern. Nobody can separate what a life achieves from the way the life is invested. Let me say again. Nobody can separate what a life achieves from the pattern of that life. So where those of us who came from where we came from miss it in prosperity in ministry is in pattern. I told him one day, I told him in the, in fact I said it 2 times to 2 people. I said, the Yoruba ministry, they build sheep of ministry. They build, and I would like Lucas Army elders to hear me, because this is going to be our next level. They build sheep of ministry and then bring people into the sheep. But and then their sheep, they put the sheep on the ocean of life. And then they properly built sheep, canopied, that have supply, shelter, food, and then have ability to sail like the Ark of Noah into a troublesome water. Take them to where they are going, because a ship we have bearing. Our brothers, instead of building ship, they swim oceans. One of the ways to know that they swim is that their ministry doesn't have direction. Because a swimmer doesn't know where he's going to. Every captain watches direction as he sails. So he takes off from India, watching, I don't know, what do they call it now? They watch the compass, and the compass told him, he followed the compass to Nigeria. Those that swim don't have compass. And our brothers run ministry without compass. Because they don't run ship ministry. Now, that is why young men gather in the church there and destroy ministries. I'm giving this now to general overseers that came from the south. The general overseers that came from the east. Now, young men, the young men we have don't want to stay inside the ship. So you don't build ministry on people. You build on institutions. You build an institution. The challenge of Nigeria, that they are building Nigeria on people. They should build the destiny of Nigeria on institutions. Now, living faith is an institution. If any living faith pastor jump out of the sea, out of the ship of living faith, inside a sea, and start swimming without direction, those who are inside that ship will not care. It is him that will perish alone in the sea without direction, and the ship will be sailing. I said that when a ship is sailing, if somebody jump out of the ship doesn't care. I said the what? The ship doesn't care who jumps out. Now the person that we pay is the person that jump out. There are people that when they are inside a sailing ship, they think that the people helping the ship. Though they don't know that the ship is already an institution. Sometimes some of them make mistake of thinking that the life of the ship is in their hand. Now if they make mistake to jump, nobody jumps out. You see, because the ship has made preparation for that journey. So there is cook. There is cook where? In the ship. They know where to cook. Sometimes some of the ship has bed for first class. And then the ship has compass. When somebody jumps out of that institution, he will lack everything. And those who are intelligent, they don't jump out of the ship because they were part of building it and they have lost their life in building the ship. If they jump out and start swimming, number one, they might not have pattern that can build a ship. God doesn't reveal pattern to everybody. Oh, I say God does not reveal to. In 25:40, he said Moses built according to the pattern that I revealed to you in the mount. Our brothers, instead of building ship and a patterned ministry, they spend their life hawking miracles. They say we did crusade. We did crusade, and 7 blind people saw. And what did you get from it? What you get from it at the time you did another crusade? Other blind people. And may your life not to be associated with people that have problem. That anywhere you go, blind people will gather there. That is our brother. So somebody said he's a demon bulldozer. Demon bulldozer. Demon bulldozer. Somebody invested his life and developed reading camp. Develop deeper life. Bagada was made popular by Kumuyi. So the capital thing I know about Bagada is deeper life. Kilometer 46, Kenaland. So our brothers are miracle workers. Since you know Yedebo raise up a witch here and said somebody was sitting here. Now he's healed. But it should be if he's no, I won't go on if you didn't give me anything. Let me go on. You didn't did you give me anything? All the Igbos that have run ministry in the last 100 years, where are they? What I'm saying is nothing. These people have labored abundantly in wrong directions. I said they have labored. Instead of being part of organizing the movement of a ship, they want to swim in lonely water. And these other people are building destiny. Are building. Excuse me. You don't know how painful it is that you walk the walk when you want the walk to give you back what you walked. There is nothing you have walked. That is why now, Redeem have had Redeemers University. They said the other day they are now doing PhD. Oyedepo has built 3 universities. Even Mountain of Fire that is prayer fall and die, even up to fall and die, cannot build university. Secondary school of deeper life is a reading secondary school in Nigeria. We all know it. Up to places like Enugu, where Igbo women do shakara, they now sew maxi for their children and tie their hair. Because of the fruit of light. Somebody said, I wanted my child to go there. They said there's no more vacancy. And the school is still expensive. But pattern, a properly patterned life will always be sustained by evidence of brightness. 1991, I was in Tonsim's Redeemed Church in Jos, Katako, and Ezekiel came there one Sunday evening. The church was filled to the brim, and they said demon bulldozer gave him a microphone, and people were falling down and vomiting. Later, that man became blind. How many Yoruba generals have gotten blind? How many of them are incapacitated? Almost all the generals from our place are incapacitated. Almost. If they are not blind, they are on wheelchair. If they are not on wheelchair, they are discouraged. It is not about what people do to them. Excuse me. If you leave locust army, you're the one that will lose. Excuse me. If we regret your going, then I've not built a ship. Then I don't know institution. I said, then I work only institution. I said, I work only institution. That is, I believe there should be preservation before success. So I work only preservation. That's why I must make about 18 books before second week of April. You don't steal my time. Excuse me. If you are in a ship and you jump out of a ship, you were part of building. You are in a ship, you are part of building that ship for about 12, 13 years. And then the ship have a body and they're serving meal there. And you jump out of the ship and start swimming. Now, where are you swimming to? Don't forget that when you jump out, the ship move forward. Moving to where they are moving. When you are alone in a deep sea without direction. There's no food. There's no compass. There's no company. It is only a fool that invests his life somewhere and run out. You don't have another life. I keep on laboring one thing until I become 50 and I should leave it. Do I recover the years I've lost? So our senior apostles, when they are old, they will be lacking small things, as though they've not been working. Because that life was not invested properly. Can I say something about that ship? One more thing. That time somebody jumped out of that ship. Do you know how much we have labored together to make immortality work? Now somebody who left the ship of immortality and starts swimming out, does immortality work without the ship? Is there any man that survived in the time of Noah who was not found in the ark? The ark was closed and every other person died. The ark of that ministry, the ark of that safety. If what I'm saying is nothing, it is only a saved ministry that can produce 3 universities in a man's lifetime. Awesome. And you said you're a miracle worker, and the man of God built 3 universities and you're doing miracle? I don't understand. Built a church that is about 50,000 seats, said that he has saved 150 billion. And they said they have also started. And they made a statement. And then made a statement of wisdom that he will never do church service any other place except one place. Now, are there not some things that a man will hear and should start thinking? Don't forget that wisdom doesn't make mistake. Genesis chapter 1 verse 14. Wisdom. Even if wisdom think of making mistake, the mistake will be seen as wisdom. Well, that is a gift for coming. If what I shared has been shared anywhere to our brothers, the 5 states of Igbo region will not be that way. In case you don't know, men have labored there in the last at least 50 years, 70. The one I know. If I call them, you might not like it. Is it not possible for me to come here and start singing song and make this prayer, this meeting prophetic? Every night, prophetic. Church, I gave you eyes now. Excuse me. Go home and pattern your business the way it can look like a sheep, so that it can provide safety, so that you can be a lord in the market, so that when attack comes, you have a place to run into.